Hello, welcome back to another Iraq vlog. Today we're going to head over to the Kufa, one of the major cities in Iraq. Heading over now to the car that's supposed to pick me up. Go look at significant places like the Imam Ali's house, which was the fourth Caliph in Islam, I should say, not Islam. When we get there, we'll suss out what more there is to do. So tune in if you guys enjoy. Give us a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And yeah, heading over now. The main thing I want to find today is the Zulfiqar, or kind of on like a replica looking model. Obviously not the actual proper real thing, because that's in modern day Turkey. But yeah, if you can find that, like a solid replica, then yeah, that would be it. If you don't know what the Zulfiqar is, it's the sword that came down from heaven that was passed on to the Prophet, and then I was later given down to Imam Ali. Let's see if we can find a life-size model of that. That would be pretty hectic. And yeah, we'll see what other cool stuff we can find throughout the markets and whatever, inshallah. We just arrived in Kufa, Iraq. I actually arrived around like an hour ago. Back there, as you can see, is the Masjid al-Sahla. A very, very important... Alright, there's like balloons in the way. Masjid al-Sahla, where it's a place that's considered quite holy. There's beautiful, beautiful architecture. I'm going to show you some clips that I could take inside. I couldn't take my camera, so I couldn't actually show the full potential of its beauty, but regardless, you still can see a lot of the detail that they have on the walls, in the chandeliers, in the roofs even. Every edge of the mosque I felt like it was magical, honestly. Like even sitting in that mosque, and I was doing my prayers of ziyarah, so like when you visit, it's like a prayer of thanks, essentially, for arriving to such a beautiful holy place. You can feel the energy, it's different here. Like I went Karbala recently, right? Karbala wasn't all that for me personally, I didn't really like it, but here, the energy just feels a lot more different. I don't know what it is about the atmosphere, but you can just feel something so special. I don't know what it is. Like, it's hard to describe. It's almost like there's, I don't know, truly is like, it feels like blessed land. Built in the 7th century by local Kufan tribes, sits one of the most spiritually significant mosques in all of Iraq. This is Masjid al-Sahla, known for its beautiful architecture, prophetic connection, and link to the final Imam in Shia Islam. Its architecture reflects centuries of care and expansion that blends a mixture of early Islamic design from Safavid elegance and other key features of Islamic architecture, such as arch colonnades, geometric motifs, intricate tilework, and open courtyards, which helps create a space for deep reflection, serenity, and worship. In regards to its prophetic connection, according to narrations found in classical Islamic texts, such as Mafatih al-Jinan and Kitab al-Iqbal, Masjid al-Sahla is believed to have been visited and prayed in by several prophets such as Prophet Idris alayhi salam, Prophet Khidr alayhi salam, and even Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, who is also known as the father of the prophets. It has also been said that various other prophets that are not mentioned in the Quran also use this mosque as a place of worship. With that being said, the mosque's most significant connection to Shia Islam is its link to Imam al-Mahdi. Imam al-Mahdi is the 12th and final Imam in 12 of Shia Islam, who is currently in occultation, hidden by God's will until the Day of Judgment, where he is said to reappear in Kufa and make Masjid al-Sahla his place of residence and the center of his leadership. This belief comes from Shia hadith narrations from Imams like Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam, who states that after the reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi, Masjid al-Sahla will be the place of his residence and the center of his leadership. From here, he will restore justice before the Day of Judgment. These narrations are widely accepted in Shia eschatology, but as with much of eocentric and eschatological hadith literature, they are used more for theological and devotional purposes rather than strict historical certainty. Oh yeah, as I was saying, there's a different, like there's something in the atmosphere. It almost feels like a very special place. It's a rare feeling. You really feel its holiness in a way. Each corner you have different prophets, Islamic prophets, prayed in each different corner, as you can see in the footage that I took just now. And each one is very well kept. The architecture is amazing. Yeah, truly special. It's hard to describe. I'm a bit speechless at the moment, I can't lie, because I can't really describe the feeling that's in my heart right now, but you definitely have to come see it for yourself. Only then you can understand its significance and importance. But yeah, it's weird, it's different.
تحكي عربي؟
احكي عربي قاعد اترجم لهم، يعني اقول لهم على المكان شلون احس يعني الصدق يختلف، يعني مثل تعرف شلون هو الانبياء مصلين هنا اهل البيت وغيره، يعني مباركه صحيح. يعني اذا اقول لهم شلون يعني تحس شنو هاي قاعد احس بقلبي، بس ما اعرف شلون اقول لهم يعني الشغله، بس يعني فد شيء
يعني بالعراق فد شيء
لا فد شيء مثل
من وين؟
احنا جايين من استراليا
على راسي.
بس عراقيين اصولنا يعني.
امي نضيفكم.
يا رحمة
ان شاء الله.
وعلي.
لا
والله ترحون نعشيكم ونضيفكم. وين ما تردون نوديكم.
لا جزاك الله خير شكرا. انت عايش هنا بكوفة لو؟
انا عباسية عايش بالعباسية.
اها
يعني الناس كلها
ايه قريب يعني مسافة 4 كيلوات.
حلوة عيشته هنا لو؟
اي حلوة
والله. دائما عندكم ناس من كل الدول يجون هنا
اي
صح؟
صحيح.
انتم عندكم هم مرات هنا يجون يعني غير الشيعة لان يعني مثل السنيين والمسيحيين يجون هنا ويزورون يعني عندهم عادي.
عادي والله عادي.
شنو هم يقولون من
عادي
يزورون؟
من كل الدول يجون عادي.
شنو يقولون من يزورون يعني من هم يصعدون وياك يحجون وياك يقول لك شلون على
يحجون ما اعرف حكيهم انجليزي ولا شيء والله. بس انا هسه انت قبل قلت لك تعرف تحكي عربي؟
اي
ما اعرف لهجتهم.
ها شلون حسن روحه؟
والله حسن روحه حسن.
شو سوى؟ Welcome to Iraq. This is Iraqi driving for you. يعني كل واحد يدحس روحه ما ينطي مجال.
ابدي بس طوى براس السياره دورها. انت والدك استرالي؟
عراقي لا.
كلكم عراقيين يعني؟
اي كلنا.
عايشين باستراليا.
هاي مسجد الكوفة مو؟
اي
ما شاء الله. Arrived at Masjid al-Kufa just now. As you heard the taxi driver say, a lot of people from all different faiths come to this place, from Christianity, different sects of Islam, because of how much barakah the place has. Behind me right now is Masjid al-Kufa. So yeah, as I was saying before my GoPro got confiscated, some historical context of the Masjid al-Kufa. Originally, the second Caliph Umar ibn Khattab, he made it a garrison of the Islamic Khalifa during his time. But then after, during the fourth Caliph, Imam Ali alayhi salam, he made Kufa the capital. So this place got built so it can be sort of like the Islamic center of religion, knowledge, all that sort of stuff. So very, very important for Islamic history. After the Muslim armies had successfully defeated the Persian Empire, Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab sought advice on where to establish a permanent garrison for the troops. Among those he consulted was Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. According to classical historians like al-Tabari and al-Baladhuri, Imam Ali advised against settling in the Persian capital at the time, Ctesiphon, warning that it could lead to corruption and cultural loss. Instead, he recommended founding a new city, one that would be strategically located, agriculturally rich, and separate from the luxuries of conquered lands. Following Umar's order and Ali's wise counsel, that city became Kufa. It was officially founded in 638 CE under the leadership of Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqqas. What began as a garrison town quickly grew into a center of Islamic scholarship, politics, and spirituality, later serving as the capital of the Islamic world during Imam Ali's own Khalifa. Right now, we're about to enter Imam Ali's house, his place of residence. So yeah, about to enter right now, and we'll show you guys the inside. Right here, this is the place where the washing and shrouding of Imam Ali's body, right in here. The water that was used to wash his body in the shrouding area that we just saw down there came from this very well over here. Hence the donations and why it's preserved. The roof was made of, if I'm not mistaken, that's palm leaves, dried up palm leaves and sticks. The entire region is probably, I'd say, around 100 square meters. It's very small for a leader. Over here, you can see people praying. This is the place that he used to pray. This little prayer ballroom area.
وإلى أرواح الشهداء الأبرار وإلى أموات السامعين وللجميع ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلوات.
Allahu Akbar. So that was the end of the beautiful adhan. Hopefully rush over so we can pray Jama'ah with the rest of the people for Salat al-Maghrib inshallah. But that was Imam Ali's house. For some more context as well, Imam Ali alayhi salam was actually assassinated in this very mosque here. And when he was assassinated, his body was taken to his house in that washroom area that I just showed you, and his body was washed from that very well. Then later on, Madfoon, he got buried in his shrine that we're going to go to later tonight inshallah if we have time. But yeah, we're going to go inside, pray Maghrib inshallah. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it for Jama'ah, for the Isha prayer, so I had to pray alone. But regardless, inshallah barakah. Let me show you around the Kufa Mosque now that we're here. You enter from all the way over there, and you see this large dome over here, parallel to the entrance, and you probably wonder what it's for. Its significance is that's where Muslim ibn Aqil, that's where his shrine is. Who he was a great companion of the Imam Hussein. Prior to Imam Hussein coming to Kufa from Medina during the Hujra, he sent Muslim ibn Aqil to make sure that everything's okay before he comes.
In the year 680 CE, as tensions with the Umayyad regime grew, Imam Hussein received letters from the people of Kufa expressing their willingness to support him against the rule of Yazid. In response, he sent Muslim ibn Aqil to Kufa to verify the situation on the ground. At the time, the governor of the city was Numan ibn Bashir, who took a passive stance. He neither assisted Muslim nor acted against him, saying he would not initiate any violence as long as there was no clear form of rebellion. Under this passive governance, Muslim ibn Aqil and Hani ibn Urwa were able to gather significant support, with thousands pledging allegiance to Imam Hussein through Muslim, and the atmosphere in Kufa was overall very hopeful. Confident in this support, Muslim ibn Aqil sent a letter to Imam Hussein, urging him to come to Kufa as the people were with him. But that hope was very quickly short-lived. As soon as Yazid learned of Muslim success, he replaced Numan with Ubayd Allah ibn Ziyad, a harsh and politically cunning figure. Ibn Ziyad entered Kufa in disguise, quietly assessing the situation before taking power. Once in control, he began a brutal crackdown. He targeted the tribal leaders and key figures who had supported Muslim ibn Aqil and Hani ibn Urwa, executing or imprisoning them and instilling fear amongst the public. With their leaders now gone, the people of Kufa were left confused, isolated and unable to organize themselves. It was not that they abandoned Muslim ibn Aqil, rather they were left without the support structure and protection needed to act. Fear spread quickly, and the support Muslim once had collapsed under the weight of tyranny. Eventually, Muslim ibn Aqil and Hani ibn Urwa were captured. Hani was beaten and killed, while Muslim was taken to the palace. There he was executed in public, his body thrown from the roof and his head displayed as a warning to anyone who still supported Imam Hussein. Today, their graves in Masjid al-Kufa remain a lasting symbol of bravery, betrayal, and the cost of standing for justice. Their sacrifice marked the beginning of a chain of events that would lead to the tragedy of Karbala, and their memory continues to inspire those who stand against oppression, no matter the cost.
Back there is where he now lays, Muslim ibn Aqil alayhi salam. The place we just passed, just in there, that was the place where Imam Ali alayhi salam, the fourth Caliph of the Muslim Ummah, was assassinated. The place of his death, they put a lot of gold around it and Quran as well. MashaAllah, a beautiful landscape, beautiful architecture of the place of his assassination. May Allah be pleased with him, inshaAllah, before he's done for the Muslim Ummah. For the knowledge he spread, for the peace he spread as well, for the kindness that he brought to the world. May Allah grant him Jannah, of course. That was the place where he got assassinated, Imam Ali alayhi salam. The little shrine that you just saw that we went to as well, that was the shrine of Muqtar al-Thaqafi. He was the guy that avenged the Imam Hussein for the tragedy of Karbala. He killed everyone that was a part of that whole massacre. He came, he avenged Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and he has a little shrine there where people come, they zoor him, they pay visits and they pray 2 rak'at for the sake of him, so God can accept it for thawab, inshaAllah, for his great contribution in avenging the Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A lot of times there's a huge misconception that we pray towards these people because we come from so far. It's so we can remember the sacrifice that these certain individuals made for Islam as a whole, not even just Shias, but for Islam, as they preserved a lot of truth. We come from places from all around the world, pay our respects and pray for the sake of them as well. So inshallah, more thawab gets passed on to them in the hereafter, inshallah, if they are granted Jannah, of course. It's a thing of respect and us kind of showing our love towards these people that, and recognizing the sacrifice they made and recognizing what happened in history as well, so we don't forget. Because it's important that we don't forget these certain events that happened to Islam in history. When you come here, you walk around, you feel this different aura in the air. Like, that's the best way I could explain it, but it's just, you feel kind of at peace here in a sense. Like, you can truly feel the significance of this place and what happened here. But yeah, We're gonna leave Kufa Mosque now and head towards Imam Ali Shrine, inshallah. Go pay our respects there, maybe go for some walks around the markets, all that good stuff, inshallah.